Relapse, the thing that keeps on happening to you every time. Be it nofap or self-improvement habits, you're struggling. You're struggling to be consistent. Day 1, day 2, and then day 0. How do you be consistent? And I hate to admit this, but just a few weeks back, I had stopped meditating. I know I preach meditation on my channel, but I myself had stopped it because I thought I didn't need it. And then one day I thought, well, let's just get back into the habit. And as usual, I thought that I would be able to do it. But I didn't. I struggled. It was like I had hit the reset button. I couldn't be consistent and disciplined in that habit anymore. And I struggled and struggled. I kept on failing. Day 1, day 2, I didn't even meditate for a few weeks then. So what changed? What happened that in the last few weeks, the last 2 weeks, I have not missed a single day. And if you don't believe me, you can look at the habit tracker behind me right now. A few of the habits I have missed, but a few of the habits, like on the rightmost part, the meditation one, 2 times in 20 days. So how did I do this? How did I become so consistent so fast? Well, it was the 3S method. This framework will help you establish consistency in your day-to-day life so that you can do habits that you've always wanted to do. So let's begin. The first S, system. You might not agree with this, but your brain loves to do things at a meticulous time every single day. You might not have that personality, but your brain loves routines. So you need to give your brain a routine to follow every single day. So for example, my routine goes as follows. I wake up at 6 a.m. and I do all of the brushing and taking a shit, all of that stuff. I then take a cold shower, and straight after that, I go to work. At 7 a.m., I'm working. After that, I stretch, I read, I meditate, and then I go through my other day. It's this specific sequence that I always follow, and this is why I've been so consistent. The first thing you need to do is create systems for your brain. Now my brain knows exactly after working, you need to stretch, you need to read, you need to meditate. And once you get a good morning routine done, it's very, very easy to follow all the habits. The second is start small. Now this is going to hurt your ego a lot, and it hurt my ego as well. When I restarted my meditation routine, I thought I could easily meditate for 20-30 minutes like I used to do before, but I couldn't. I had such a high expectation that the performance I was currently capable of doing was not there yet. And so when it was not there yet, I struggled. I thought about meditating for 20 minutes and I couldn't meditate for 2. So I had to lose my ego. And that's probably what you need to do as well. You need to lose your ego, no matter what kind of thing you're trying to get consistent in. Maybe it's going to the gym. Maybe it's nofap. Maybe it's doing another habit like reading or studying. You need to start small. At the start of the few days that I meditated, I didn't meditate for over 1 minute. Honestly, I didn't meditate for over 1 minute. And I slowly and steadily increased that duration. Now I'm at 5 minutes. It's a lot less than before, but it's definitely progress. To give an example, let's say you read for 5 minutes every single day for the rest of this year. 5 minutes, okay, 5 minutes. You can read up to 4 books in that whole year. Imagine that. Reading for 5 minutes a day, that means you can read 4 books in a year. 20 minutes of reading per day, 15 to 20 books. Imagine where you could be if you actually consistently read for 20 minutes a day. You'll be 15 to 20 books ahead than your peers. That's the power of consistency. So if you want to become consistent, you need to start small. The third is the most important one. Show up. You will not feel like doing things. You will not feel like meditating or going through your daily routine, but you must. You must show up no matter what. Now, if you're struggling to show up as well, if you're struggling that, okay, no, I'm not able to do this today, reduce the time duration to the minimum. So for example, if you're struggling to meditate, if you're just not feeling it that day, you meditate for 10 seconds. That 10 seconds will compound more than never meditating that day. 10 seconds. Now imagine if you're struggling to read that day, read 1 page. That's better than not reading at all. If you're struggling to study for 5 minutes. That's better than not studying at all. You see, you need to show up, you need to start small, and you need to get a system routine. Apply this 3S method in your own day-to-day life, and I'm sure you will find consistency, you will become disciplined, you will become the person you're wanting to be. If you like this video, scroll down and subscribe. And while you're right there, go follow me on Instagram and join the Telegram group. It's a group for like-minded individuals like you. Don't sacrifice your future self for the pleasure today. Peace.